down, 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 up, down.
On this episode of the BAMcast.
And this girl, like, yo, the boss is hitting on her. And then, like, yo, he couldn't get inside, so he just kills her. Like, yo, like, is she dead? Like, yeah.
Is there going to be any kind of love interest in this film at all? What about Vicky Vale? Bruce Wayne felt like sharing that he was Batman with this chick that he slept with, this reporter. I guess the pussy was good. I don't know.
Right.
But
He fucking that wop. Yeah. No love stories.
All right. Damn. Not even for the new, younger Batman? Not even for him, huh?
Look. Let's put one in. You want one in there, man?
I don't want one in there, to be honest. I don't know why I'm fucking fighting for it. I do sound like I'd be fighting for that love story. Is he ever going to become Batman again, or he's just this crazy old dude now?
Yeah, he's just a crazy old dude.
It's just sad.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
Look, that's the direction. Look, man, I'm trying to get people to cry in this one, man. Like, I wouldn't mind giving Bruce Wayne throat cancer. Like, it doesn't matter. But the whole idea is
Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeves, Rule's finest.
Right. Look, man,
dope.
Cook it up.
Maybe that, you know what? Maybe that'll be my Batman 3.
Right. Yeah. Look at, man, both of them smiling. You know, like, look, man, I can't wait for this K-pop Batman 3 that you cooking up.
Nah, it's not gonna be that lighthearted. It just ain't gonna involve fucking Batman getting Alzheimer's. It's not gonna involve Batman fucking, peeing in a bedpan or nothing. It's not gonna be the Patzer cut. Patzer got this man taking shits in bedpans and fucking trying to remember to take his meds. Holy shit.
Like, that's what I want. I want you to, walk away from it like, man, yeah, they wouldn't have sold no toys with this.
Hell yeah, it would have been. They're like, cancel that order to China. I feel like they would have action figures of the Schindler's List movie before your cut of Batman.
So yeah, man, like I'm definitely excited about this one.
Yeah. It's just funny because I came in super excited to hear what the story was, right? So I was like, I don't got nothing. I don't have nothing. It was...
Look, man, nah. I was going to kill him, but Jesus. I think this is better.
God damn. All right, we'll let you know if you got the job in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll give you a call back.
Right. I probably won't be making Batman. They're like, man, you'll never work in this town again.
All right, yo, welcome back to the BAMcast. I'm Bam, and today I have Patzer with me. We got a pretty special show for you today. It's another prequels, sequels, or reboot episode, a what if you will. I'm gonna let Patzer talk about what the subject is that we're gonna go over today, because it is an exciting one. All right, Patzer, come on in, buddy.
All right, so we're back. Look, guys, a lot of you have been waiting for the real sequel to Batman Returns. Okay, we got this crap. I don't forgot who was it. Val Kilmer, was it George Clooney? I don't know who was in that Batman and Robin, but I know that I was expecting Michael Keaton to return to the cape and the cowl, right? So look, man, it's been long overdue. It's been 90 years. It's been 90 years, but Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 3 will live again.
Yeah, Tim Burton, you got to say every time, Tim Burton is part of the title. Tim Burton's Batman 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to get us going? Let's let you lead.
Okay, all right. So let's do a quick recap of the Batman world Okay, so at first, in order to make it to Tim Burton's Batman 3, we have to understand, okay, where were we dropped off? What was going on in this in the Gotham City? Okay, what was going on? And so if we take it from Batman 1, the original Batman,
Yeah.
okay, we have Batman and we have the development, the origin story of the Joker. And we actually get the death of the Joker in this first Batman, right?
Yeah.
So it brings us on to Batman Returns. Okay, Batman Returns introduces the kind of the origin story. And that's one of the good things about these Batman movies. I think Tim Burton, he really cared about character development.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the character or the origin story of Catwoman and the origin story of the Penguin. Okay, and we also get the reason why there was no Batman 3, no Tim Burton's Batman 3, because Batman Return was dark. Okay, it was hard to sell toys with Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely going on a descent into the darkness of Gotham City and PG-13. Like he was going somewhere. He was going somewhere dark with this one. Again, I believe we get the death of the Penguin in this one.
Yeah, we do. And Catwoman loses one of her 9 lives. Basically, they allude to that.
Right.
Yeah, so she
Right.
kind of dies, but she kind of doesn't. So it's pretty cool.
Right.
It's open ended.
Yeah. So I mean, look. I mean, so that's what we're gonna start brainstorming with this, right? So what we know is that Tim Burton is not afraid of death. He's not afraid to go into the darkness of the night. All right. And I feel like his Batman 3 was gonna be dark.
Yeah. Can I talk about what happened like after Batman Returns came out?
Yeah. Let's
the studio felt that they couldn't sell any toys because Batman Returns was so dark, and I guess they got Joel Schumacher to go ahead and make Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, and man, they went the total opposite direction. It was like a neon acid trip basically, and that was the wrong direction to go. They still didn't sell toys because the movies were so bad. They forgot that you can make it colorful, but it's not gonna, if you don't have a good film at the end of the day, nobody's gonna want that shit. So that's what I think happened on that one. Yeah, but Joel, I call him schmuck maker because he ruined the fucking franchise. Like, basically, a lot of new superhero movies owe a lot to these first 2 Batman movies because nobody thought, you could take a superhero movie that seriously and be done that well with story. And then basically Joe Schumacher came in and killed it. And
I remember just as a kid, I don't want to throw you off. I want you to keep that idea, but I remember as a kid feeling like, yo, these Batman suck. Like I remember as a kid,
I forced myself.
When we talk about Mortal Kombat, like Mortal Kombat as a kid was good, but Batman, look, those Batmans were trash, man.
Yeah, but I forced myself to like him. I was like convinced myself that it's still good. It got Jim Carrey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was aspects and the fighting's kind of cool, but it was like, it sucked. I watched Batman Forever so many times just because I owned a VHS. But Batman and Robin, I couldn't even lie to myself in the theater. Like I remember people just laughing their asses off and booing and sarcastically clapping. Oh yeah, y'all did it. Yeah, I mean I was like, man, I think I learned what sarcasm was as a kid in that theater that day.
Yeah, I bet, man.
But carry on. Where were we going? So we were on Batman Returns, and what happened?
All right, so we're at the end of Batman Returns. So we're opening up this Tim Burton's Batman 3 with the ideas because we're going to brainstorm this thing. We're going to figure it out, and we have to keep in mind that Tim Burton isn't afraid to go into those dark places. So I think no matter where we go with this Batman 3. I think we just have to remember that look, Burton's not afraid of death. So what were some of your ideas as far as Batman 3 introducing characters, the villain? Like, what were you thinking?
I mean, I could tell you who I'd like to see in there, but I don't have like a story as to why. You know, at the time, I think Batman the animated series was really kicking off again,
Yeah.
thanks to Tim Burton's previous work.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
my favorite character in that story was Clayface. Like I loved Clayface. I would
All
love to
right.
have seen a live action. Although, was Terminator 2 out yet at that time when Batman
No.
Returned? When did
Nah.
Terminator 2 come out? I think it was 95 or something. I don't remember, but so that means they wouldn't have had the technology to pull off a convincing Clayface. Terminator
Ooh,
2
but
was
that's
out,
fresh.
then they would have had the liquid metal or liquid material, type of effect to at least somewhat make it convincing. And if we couldn't get Clayface, then the again, Batman animated series really made you like it tugged at your heartstrings when it came to Mister Freeze.
Okay.
So when I saw the Mister Freeze that Schumacher came with, I was like, "What? What the hell is going on here? Like this is corny as fuck." Figaro says, "Shut up, Figaro." He's quoting Schwarzenegger. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yeah, man. I like the Clayface. I like the Clayface aspect of it, and with the Mister Freeze, it gives a chance for that sentimental crying moment if done correctly, right? Which I think that was even with Clayface. I think a
Yeah.
lot of those villains in the animated series, they had like a good quality to them that you kind of related with and was like, man, this could be a good person if only he had a chance. What was after Returns? Was it Forever?
It was Batman. It was Batman Forever,
All
and
right.
then Batman and Robin.
Okay. So Batman Forever featured the Riddler
And Two Face.
and Two-Face.
And actually, I'm impressed with what guy that played Two Face. What's his name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. What he did, because I always saw him as a really serious character. But
Uh-huh.
he had fun with it, dude. Like it was actually pretty impressive, although it was a bad film. But he was impressive on that. Let's start this party with a bang. That lines like that stuck with me.
And what about Poison Ivy? Was she in
Ooh.
the next one or what?
So yeah,
See?
Poison Ivy,
Bane.
and they shit on Bane. He was just a henchman, and Mister Freeze.
I like the villain choice where you got the Riddler, you got Two-Face. Now with this story, I definitely felt like using the Riddler.
Okay. Yeah, take it in the direction you want to go, man. Will says the Batman Forever villains were all messed up. I agree. I agree with that. Will loves Clayface just as much as I do too. So the story and the sad parts and losing who he is.
Yeah, I liked I liked a lot. I liked a lot in just all of those villains, But so I was thinking the Riddler,
Okay.
and
Write it down.
maybe Scarecrow.
Ooh, I didn't even think about Scarecrow. That's the thing with Batman. The rogues gallery is there's so many good people to pick from, basically villains.
Right, man. Like that was the thing. That was the thing, man, about Batman. I think that they kind of dropped the ball with Superman. Was they really didn't develop the villains. Now I'm looking for a twist ending. So in my version of the Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 3, there's going to be a twist ending at the end, right? It has to be something that makes you want to watch it all over again to see if you can catch some of the stuff that you didn't see.
Like an M. Night style twist?
Right. Like a big
Batman
twist.
movie? Okay.
Like
I'm down.
twist,
I want to see
right?
what this ending is. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So we're going to shell out that twist eventually so that we can really kind of, move it forward. But I think in order to do a good twist, like once you have a twist, it's about leading it all the way up from the beginning to that twist, right? And having those payoffs, having those diversions, and leading people down one direction and then bringing it all back at the end.
Cool. So it's really gonna tie into everything that we've seen from beginning to the end. That's gonna be cool.
Right. So I just want to put that out there because look, because I think next week, because this week is going to air on the Artistry of podcast. You guys can check it out wherever you listen to your podcast. And the next episode, I'm gonna do a speed run. So I've been cooking up images. So whatever we come up with here, I'm gonna do from the beginning to the very end of that movie next week.
Ah, cool. Man, Figaro just reminded me of another villain I would love to see done in a live action Batman, the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter would be, man, the scenery that you could cook up with that, and the I don't know, just the taking it to, because he's a resident of Arkham Asylum. You could get gritty and insane with that character.
It really shows any superhero movie producers and writers who are trying to reboot any superhero movie. And I'm talking to DC, because I feel like Marvel has their footing, but I feel like DC really hasn't grasped how to do it. And I think turning to those Batman and the animated series, the holy grail is the Batman animated series, hands down. Well, let's see what Ill Will was saying.
The Mad Hatter could do what I said I hoped Mysterio would have done before the movie. Exactly. Yep, they fucked up Mysterio in that sense. Whereas the viewer, you're right with the hero wondering what's real, what's not. Who can I trust? I got you. Yeah, you'd have the audience questioning that the whole time, as the hero and the audience.
Right.
So, questioning, what's real, what's not, like because of the illusions. And with the Mad Hatter, it'd be more of an insanity thing. So, especially if you include like the Scarecrow with the Mad Hatter, that type of team, because you got the fear gas and the insanity of the Mad Hatter. It'd be throwing Batman for a loop, including the audience. But yeah, let's go down the path you want to go down.
All right. So with this, we're gonna lock in on the Riddler, and I'm feeling Two-Face, right? But that's not in stone. Two-Face doesn't have to make it in this, but Harvey Dent is still in there. So the way I want to go with this, we open up because Batman killing the Joker, or he tried to grab his hand. I mean, however you want to slice and dice it, he's kind of responsible for his death. I mean, he wanted to help him, but look, man.
I mean, he had that side piece. Who are you gonna let go? The side piece of this crazy motherfucker that's been trying to kill the whole city the entire movie. I mean, I don't blame him.
Right.
Vicky Vale was fine as hell. It even rhymes. You hear that?
Yeah.
Vicky Vale, fine as hell.
Right, man. Look, they should have had a rap. They should have had Run DMC cooking up on the soundtrack of the first Batman. Right. But that dealt with him, because I think one of Batman's things was, he didn't kill. He didn't take life. I want to use the death of the Joker, really, because in Tim Burton's Batman world, the Joker killed his parents, right?
Yeah.
That was established in the first one. So he avenges his parents' death, and he breaks one of his codes where he actually kills the Joker. Right now, that's dealing with him. And in this movie, we actually still have Michael Keaton. I still want to use Michael Keaton.
Yes, keep Michael Keaton.
I want to use him.
Would this movie have come out like just a couple of years after Batman Returns? So he'd have been in his prime. Everybody been in their prime basically still.
Now, see, that's where the twist actually starts.
Okay.
Right. So now we're actually looking at the twist. So the twist is Bruce Wayne is in like Arkham Asylum as an old man. Okay, he's in there. He's actually a patient. His identity hasn't been revealed.
Are we going to see this right at the beginning of the movie or no?
Like we're going to see parts of it, but we're not going to really understand what we're
seeing. At. Okay,
right.
We kind of see him in a solitary room, but not
right
where the room is.
Right. Well, because I'll kind of shape it for you, but
just go in order. Yeah.
Right. So, well, it's not in order, but this is the world that we're in, right? Just kind of looking behind the curtains. So Bruce Wayne is a patient at Arkham Asylum as an old man, right? So he's an old, just like the real Michael Keaton is right now, like a kind of an
nice.
older, right? An older Bruce Wayne.
We could do it now.
Right. So he could do it now. And he's in there, and let's say that, like I said, we don't know this like watching the movie. Okay, so the way that it's done, the way that we kind of get it to work is that there his what's the guy who takes over for as Batman? I want to say, I forgot his name. Maybe
Val Kilmer?
it was. No, I'm talking about like in the comics.
Oh, in the comic book, you mean
yeah, like whatever his name is.
Terry McGinnis? Batman Beyond?
Right, like
you're talking about the teenager. Oh, before that.
Right, like in between, because there was like a
Azrael is his name. He
like whoever, there's a Batman in between, right?
Yeah, Will knows Azrael. Yeah.
Right. Okay, there we go. Okay,
something like that. I've already said. Yeah.
So Azrael, or however you pronounce it.
How do you pronounce it?
I could be jacking his name up, right?
Azrael. I have comics. I should have brought him in here. I got him in the closet there. Of that whole storyline.
All right, so like we're going to deviate from that, but we're going to kind of use these guys and their names because people are familiar with with the underpinning, right? So Azrael or Azrael, we'll just call him that. AZ. So AZ.
Like it. All right.
So AZ is actually let's make him some type of like a private investigator. He's something, like I don't really know what he is, but for some reason he's actually in the asylum, right? He's in Arkham Asylum. He could actually even be just like one of the caretakers, like one of the orderlies or just the guys who work there, right? And Bruce Wayne is lost it by this time, and he's totally off his rocker, and he's telling people, he's kind of telling people that he's Batman and that this and all of this is going on, but no one believes him, right? Like, no, like, yeah, man, whatever, man. You're Batman, right?
You are the night. I get you. I got you.
Right? Yeah. Right. In the meantime, crime is going on. Serious, vicious crime is happening, and the Batman is missing. Right. So Gotham City is totally reverted back to that state when Ra's al Ghul let them all out, and it's just chaotic.
Bad. Probably worse than it's ever been.
Right. It's worse than it's ever been. It's just a mess. Right. And people are wishing and longing and hoping for the Dark Knight. Right.
Yeah.
Like they're wanting the Dark Knight, and they're hoping for all of this. But look, he's nowhere to be found. Right. But people didn't put it together like, okay, how is it that Bruce Wayne goes into the asylum and Batman disappears, right? So Batman disappeared a good minute before Bruce Wayne actually goes in, right? But like I said, Bruce Wayne's in there, AZ is in there listening, and AZ is actually, believing him. AZ believes him, and but remember, Bruce Wayne is crazy. He's in the moment feeling like he is still Batman. So he's not trying to be like a teacher. Look, I'm schooling AZ. Like, no, he's not teaching. He's actually, just reliving these moments, right? Reliving the Jokers, the moments with the Joker and all the other villains that we never got to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the time between Batman Returns to now.
Yeah. So he's reliving all of that and telling it as if it's in the moment. Now, AZ he goes because he believes him. On his time off, he goes and he searches, the Wayne Manor. So he goes and he actually figures out that Bruce Wayne is telling the truth. He wants to prove that Bruce Wayne isn't fully crazy, that he really was Batman, but his own backstory, which, I'm giving him in the very beginning of this film, is that he loses his parents to a violent death himself. And he walks in on them on his parents. So this is kind of like an origin story for the new Batman, or the transition Batman, and at the same time a closing to Michael Keaton's and Tim Burton's story.
Got you. Azazel has a whole backstory as to why he became Batman, but movies do that all the time where they kind of change it, you know?
Right.
So we can incorporate that in here, or we can kind of play up kind of like what they had in the going in on the comic, and then deviate into what you're talking about, you know? I forget exactly what the storyline is. I have the entire, I think it's called The Dark Knight Falls or something like that, or Fall of the Dark Knight. It's the whole series from the time Bane breaks Batman's back and how Azazel becomes his successor. But there's stuff that happens and reasons why he loses the cape and cowl. But yeah, we'll go with this. This sounds good.
All right. So, and remember, this is like the stuff that you won't know this until the end, right? But I'm just kind of laying it out so that we get an idea for what's happening and how things are going to transpire and where it's going to lead to. But that's going to be the twist, is that Bruce Wayne, as we know him, right, Michael Keaton, is actually in the asylum, right? So I just want to kind of lay that out there. So no matter what we build and add on and figure it all out, that, you know, that's going to be the reveal. Like I said, we know it now, so it's no big secret. But remember, it's all about how we get there from the beginning. So like when you guys check it out next week from the very beginning, when I do from the beginning to the end speed run, you know, it'll be like, all right, I see it, right? You'll already know, like the ones who are here watching with us will know, but some of the new people, like, they won't know, right? So it'll be a totally new twist for them. So
got you. Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
Take care of something. Sorry, man.
Let's see. Whenever you guys have a chance, this is Figaro. Whenever you guys have the time, here's a good playlist to review. Oh, all right. Yeah. Because I think the music is a big thing with the Batman movies and just the series. Just that music and that soundtrack kind of sets the tone for Gotham City and the environment, just the emotion. And I remember that first Batman, the music from there. I mean, it was intense. It was big and bold, and it was just powerful, and do. It was start from the bottom, and man, it was just some real beautiful music, man. So I'm definitely going to check that out, because I feel that the music, even when I do the speed run, I'm going to be running the soundtracks, and I'm going to be running music through it so that we can really be immersed and engulfed in Gotham City. And let's see, Bam is back. All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
so unprofessional.
No, look. Luckily, it's both of us here. So when one has to dip and take a shit, the other one can keep it going.
Spoken like a true professional. Hell yeah. All right. I like it.
So the only thing I was doing was talking about the music, because Figaro, he wanted us to check out some of those Batman
reviews.
themes.
I got you. Okay.
So, you know, I was just talking about how that's a huge part, I think, of the Batman movies, and Tim Burton was the score, where I don't really feel like it was that huge in those other Batmans.
Nah, not at all. They were like watered down versions. They tried to incorporate their own themes, and they kind of just sucked. They're not memorable. And I think they just kind of reused Tim Burton's theme anyways, but they just, you know, remixed it. I don't know.
All right. So I think so with that, we got the kind of the underpinning. Now we can go and kind of figure out, okay, how do we unpack this thing? How do we get the villains in there? Like I said, I feel like the Riddler can be in there. It doesn't have to be two villains, but it can be two villains. I mean,
it seems like they always raise the stakes every movie. Fuck, 3 villains. But when you start doing that, like the third Spider-Man movie, it starts to get hard to make them all, you know, make sense and have a reason to be there. Unless we can figure out a really good reason, it's going to be a toss-up as to how many villains we should have in there. But you like Riddler and Scarecrow, you said? For sure? Or no?
No, I think the Riddler and Two-Face.
You're creating Batman Forever.
Right. I think the Riddler and Two-Face, because I feel like, Harvey Dent with, Billy D back in back in the first and the second one, like he was on a trajectory, right? So he didn't really have a huge role. But I feel like Billy D, I feel like Two-Face could be in there, but I'm really not I'm not worried. So just whatever. I definitely want the Riddler because I want to I want to kind of attack Thomas Wayne in this
Hmm.
in this Batman, the Batman 3 and kind of, so this way what we're tying into Batman's Bruce Wayne's insanity and like just kind of bringing it all in. Like I want to, I
You mean
want
the
to.
memory of Thomas Wayne, or is Thomas Wayne still alive?
No. The memory, just
Okay.
like finding out, like what these billions are built on, what, and Bruce Wayne
Okay. His
believing,
background.
right? Bruce Wayne feeling like this is built on philanthropy and good businesses and everything, but like no, it wasn't. It's a lie. It was all built on mob ties and deceit and using Arkham Asylum as a way to kind of imprison people and lock them down and like just using Thomas Wayne as like, man, he really wasn't a good guy.
He created a system. It's kind of like the what is it called? The prison industrial complex. Like how they say prison is just basically a business, and they just are basically it's a revolving door, and what they're doing is just creating an income and easy money, and they're not rehabilitating anybody. They're just basically you're just sheep. You go in there, state pay this for so many heads, get your ass out. If you come out, if you make it out alive. They just basically want you to come back in because they want that money to return, basically.
Right,
so
exactly.
This is the type of person you're saying Thomas is, but not just with like Arkham Asylum and prison, but in multiple aspects.
Right, in multiple aspects. Like he has his hand, like he has a bloody hand. Okay, and the Wayne name is only clean because they made so much money that they were able to get in front of the noise to say like, yo, look at all of the good that we're doing, right? But the reason why he was actually murdered, right, still being the Joker, right? Because like I said, this is still Tim Burton's world, right? But it's because of some stuff that he's done, and that's what kind of put him as a target.
Got you.
Now, do you want to do two villains?
I'll do two villains. I don't think we should do three because as some of the viewers are saying, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3, what those films taught us is never do three villains because it becomes it does not have great results. So yeah, two villains at most. I mean, we can make a cameo by another villain if you want, but as far as the main villains, two villains, I think.
Right. No, I'm with you. And I think whenever you do a three villain thing, I think that the way that I always like is I think of Godzilla versus Kong. Right, where eventually two teams up to defeat the
third
one.
Yeah, the
right.
one. Yeah.
Right. See, and that was the thing, like even when you brought up Mr. Freeze, like he has that element of good to him, right? So you could see him at the end actually teaming up and helping, right? So no matter who we pick to be the third villain, right? And that's why I like Two-Face because Harvey Dent is actually Bruce Wayne's friend. Right? And I like the Riddler because we can make the Riddler actually Bruce Wayne's friend. So like no matter who we use, they're going to be like, no matter the two villains, right? We have the Riddler, no matter who else we bring in, they're gonna have like a relationship with Bruce Wayne.
Got you.
I
definitely see it, yeah.
They'll be able to help him.
I see it with Two-Face for sure because of the whole Harvey Dent past. He could he could pull those strings with him to get him to betray the Riddler and this and that. So that definitely works. How would the Riddler? What connection would you say the Riddler has with the Batman that would make him want to side with him if he needed to?
Right. So with the Riddler, he would be Bruce Wayne's one of his best friends. So now we're cooking up new stories right now.
Oh, that's how you're. Well, you know what? I think Edward Nygma, which is Riddler, he was working for Bruce Wayne, right? I think that's the way it happened in the animated series too, or is that just for Batman Forever? But he feels like the Wayne family screwed him over or something.
Right.
So that's why he goes the route he does. But maybe I think he had a good relationship with Wayne himself. I forget how it goes in the animated series, but yeah.
But see, what I would use is that his whatever his name is, whatever his name is, his family's name is also a powerhouse in business as well. Okay, so him and Bruce Wayne grew up as children. This is only but no matter what villain we put in there, this is what they're gonna follow, right?
Got you. You're gonna write a backstory to make it make sense. Got you. Okay.
Yeah, to make sense so that both of them they grew up together. His family was powerful and billionaires, and the Wayne family is powerful and they're billionaires, right?
Got you.
But look, there can only be one. Okay, we all know that the Wayne brand. Look. The Wayne brand is strong. Okay. The Wayne brand is strong. And that's going to cause resentment. That's going to cause one family to not get ahead, right? As one family gets ahead. Mm-hmm. So,
that's one of your classic sayings. Hey, it's going to cause one of the families is going to get ahead and the other one's not going to be able to get ahead. Just rolls off the tongue. Rolls right off the tongue.
Look, let it fly. Sack them high and let them fly. So that's if we use the Riddler. But like I said, we could use Harvey Dent as well. And Harvey Dent, like you said, because they have a close relationship and it's already in the comic books.
All the movies, they all follow the same.
Right. So it's like, all right. So you're not kind of pissing off the fanboys, like, oh, this isn't in the comic books.
Yeah.
Right? So we could use Two-Face, but like I said, it doesn't matter which villain, because if we want to get away from Two-Face and the Riddler for this Batman, we could get away, right? So we could use any villain. It doesn't matter. So I got the Riddler. Who would you like in there?
Well. Let me answer this question real quick. Hi, people is in the chat now. He says, was Tim Burton's Robin Dick Grayson or Jason Todd? It was Dick Grayson for sure. I always wish that we could do the whole Jason Todd timeline or storyline because he's one of the coolest Robins. But yeah, maybe we can add him in the third. No, because we'd have to go and it'd be too much explaining because Bruce is already in the madhouse and tie in a second Robin, it wouldn't work for this particular film. Anyways, on what villains would I like to see? I would have loved, if we're doing the movie now, then I would love to see Clayface because we can do the effects properly now. If we were doing it like back in the 90s, like 95, whenever Terminator 2 came out, then I would say yes. But before that, I would say no Clayface. So 95 and up, we could do Clayface. Ooh. So I'm looking it up now. Terminator 2 actually came out in 1991. So by the time Batman Return was out, which was 92, this movie was already released. So give it a few years, 5 or 6 years for Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 3, we could have had an excellent Clayface by that time.
Yeah, that's crazy. You said that came out in 91?
91, yeah.
Yeah, that is really crazy just because I just feel like Terminator 2 was huge.
Oh yeah.
Right. And like I remember Batman Returns being huge as well, but it just feels like Batman Returns came out before Terminator 2. But then that just shows you how well the CG and just everything in Terminator 2 was
So ahead,
groundbreaking.
yeah,
Man.
it was so ahead of its time.
Go ahead and shed some light on the Clayface story, because I kind of know it, but I don't really.
So from what I know of Clayface is, and a lot of this I'm going by the animated, Batman animated series.
Yeah,
That was just such a heartfelt Clayface. But I know that they've kind of changed it up here and there. But basically, he was just this amazing actor. Something happens where he owes money to the mob or something like that, and he won't pay up. He has money trouble, so they basically take him to the back. Oh, and so what starts to happen is he starts to age, right? He's becoming he's a great actor, but he also, I think he has this, he wants to be even greater. So they make this putty or this clay that you can put on your face like makeup, and I think you can mold it and make your face look like someone else, right? Like you can really enhance your performance. I think that's what the story was, right? And I think he's been using all the money on that stuff because he just doesn't want to lose his glory days. He wants to continue being this amazing actor. So basically, he doesn't want to pay up. So they were like, "Oh, okay. So you want you want this salve or this clay stuff, huh? We'll give it to you. Here, have as much as you like. You like sloppy joes, do you? Have as many sloppy joes as you like." They feed him that line, and they just basically take this fucking like 5 gallon
5-gallon drums,
5-ton drum or whatever the fuck, and they just start feeding that into making him eat it basically, and it gets into all his cells and this and that, and basically turns him into Clayface. And you see that he's basically lost his entire career, his entire life. He's this fucking disgusting clay monster now, and he can kind of transform into stuff, but just for seconds. Like for a few seconds, he can kind of like imitate a human being or whatever. But what he really likes to do too is when he gets angry, he starts using that clay to form weapons like mace hands or like swords out of it. You can harden it and soften it and wrap it around you like tentacles. So basically, yeah, he starts to lose his mind as well as this clay starts to take over his, body. So yeah, he just fucking loses it basically. But yeah, he's that kind of villain. You feel so sorry for him because he just wanted to be kind of like this beautiful actor, and now he's just this disgusting monster.
That was a good recap, and what it kind of brings up for me that I want to use will be who he is lost, right? He plays so many roles as an actor that he forgot who he truly is. So like whatever his name is,
that starts to happen too. He starts to forget who he is. Yeah, that does happen.
Right. So like that has to happen in this film, right? He kind of forgot who he is, so that way like we can still kind of get those heartstrings moving. Right?
Yeah, you want to build up his backstory, and you want it to be a villain that you're invested in basically.
Right. So let's say it doesn't really matter what his name is, and
I'll look it up.
Yeah, you can look it up, but it doesn't matter. But I could definitely see Burton actually using Clayface. I mean Croc, using Croc as a villain, just roaming the sewers of Gotham City.
So for me, Croc would be the kind of. Also, Ill Wills came in to save the day. John Hamm is Clayface's. Wait, is that who he's saying he wants to play him, or that's his real name?
I think that's his name.
Let me look it up.
Because I don't know.
In the animated series, it was Matt Hegan. Okay. I remember that name. I don't know. I don't know what Ill Will's talking about. He's making shit up over here.
Yeah, he said, "Look, man."
But I think there's different names for him because I looked up another one in the comments.
No, that's who he wants to play him.
Oh, okay,
let's see what he looks like.
Got you. Okay.
Pull him up. Let's see what
John Hamm. Okay.
That.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. That's spot on. Damn it, Will, you're good at this.
Yeah. Look at that. I mean, that's be
perfect. Have you ever seen the animated series? He pretty much embodies this guy.
Right, and that's like my memory. Like my memory of Clayface would be
Yeah.
like, somebody who kind of like that look,
The other thing I was gonna say is for somebody like Killer Croc, I think he would be more of like an opening scene villain, where like there's this big action set piece like fight before you get into the main story. It's kind of like the movie starts there, Batman stalking somebody. So the movie starts there where somebody's stalking Batman in the sewers, and they get into this big fight, and it looks awesome. That happens, and that's might be the first scene where you find out that Bruce Wayne isn't Batman, or Michael Keaton isn't playing Batman, because you got that other guy, AZ. At that point, you're like, wait, where's Michael Keaton? Where's Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, but see, in this twist ending, you're not gonna know that Michael Keaton is not playing Batman.
So
you won't know that till
so the whole time he doesn't take off his
Well, remember, Michael Keaton is telling stories, right?
Oh, past stories. Got you. Okay.
Right. So Michael Keaton is telling these past stories, and during the time that we actually see Batman whipping ass and
it is Michael Keaton.
Right. Well, he's in his Batman costume.
So it is, but we get to see Michael Keaton kick some ass?
Probably not.
Probably not?
Probably not.
I want to see Michael Keaton kick ass.
Yeah, I know. Because he's going to be, old man Keaton, right?
But couldn't he be beating ass as we're seeing these flashbacks, like in his glory days,
Right.
Even if we don't know they're flashbacks until later? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, we could even do that. But ultimately, what you'll find at the end is that look, he definitely ended up in a sad state, right? So
he ended up where he sent all those criminals for all these years.
Right. And no one believes, what he's saying. And like I said, his father created all of this stuff to destroy lives and to make money, and that's where his son ultimately ends up.
Elise says. So Will says, Elise says, you're changing everything. Keep your story straight. Wait, what are we changing?
No. We're brainstorming.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the whole exercise is a brainstorm. We have some stuff written down, but for the most part, we're basically brainstorming this live, right?
Yeah. I will do the speed run next week from the beginning to the end, but one of the things that will stay consistent no matter what we talk about now is that Bruce Wayne is in the asylum. That's going to be consistent. That's going to stay the same. And AZ is actually Batman, right? So this is going to be like an origin story for AZ, a reboot, and a closing for Tim Burton's Michael Keaton. That whole storyline.
Oh, okay. So he says, my bad. She specifically said that esteBAM was changing what Patzer said. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. He corrected me. He said, no, we can't go that route.
It's okay because we're gonna make it all work because look, the speed run will happen next week.
Once it's all written down. Okay.
All right. So we got Clayface and we got the Riddler. Now, do we want to pair those two up? We don't have to, like, with Clayface, we don't need to pair up, the Riddler and Clayface. So how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to keep two villains completely unrelated in the film, I think it'd be easier to kind of, intertwine their stories at some point, even if it's not in the beginning. Because I feel that's the way most films go. I mean, we could do something different, but I know Penguin and Catwoman kind of worked together for a while. Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman, they worked together for a while. Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy. And then Two-Face and Riddler, they worked together in Batman Forever. Can you guys name a film where they have two villains, a superhero film, that never work together throughout the whole film? Or are they going to work totally against each other?
Right. Now, see, that's what I was
thinking. Cause more chaos. That would be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking, like I said, using the Godzilla and using the Godzilla versus Kong theory. So they never work really together until the very end.
Yeah.
So this is just one way that it could work. Batman will fight one villain, right? while he's fighting one villain, another villain, we're kind of getting maybe the effects from one villain creates the other. Here's one way. Batman's fighting the Riddler, and the Riddler has some type of mind game or some type of code that Batman has to crack in order to stop some gas or to stop some, something bad, right? Let's say it's a gas or some type of cream from spilling into.
What about? Can I get? I want to tune in right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about the Riddler? Because Riddler likes to set up these like houses of booby traps and riddles, right? And there's specifically this one episode where he sets up this entire maze in the Batman animated series, and Batman and Robin, I think, have to run this maze, solving these. The only way you can get further is by solving the riddles. What you can have on some of these riddles is if they don't solve them, they have civilians in traps, and if they fail the riddle, something awful happens to them. So we could use that storyline to create Clayface. Like he might be one of the like let's say Batman and Robin have solved every riddle up to this one point, and then this is where they mess up and they don't solve this one, or they don't solve it in time, and they drop Matt Hegan into that Clay stuff.
Right.
And that's how he's created via that. That would be cool.
Yeah. And then you can have Batman actually spending time, so that we want Clayface to actually, blame Batman. Like, yo, come on, man. Yeah. Maybe Batman wasn't listening. He was telling him the answer, but Batman's like, look, I got this. You're just a B actor now.
Yeah.
So he's kind of sunning him a little bit. He's like,
gotcha.
So I want, because I don't want Clayface to hate the Riddler yet, or whoever we put in there. It doesn't really matter who we put in there, but I don't want him to hate him yet. I want him to really kind of hate Batman, so even if we do this, Saw fun house, that Batman kind of gets the blame for it. So we're going to use that story, because really what we're doing is kind of creating the behind the scenes element for the actual movie. Bruce Wayne is somewhere, right? We got AZ is going to be pretty much the Batman. We have the two villains, the Riddler and Clayface. We have Clayface, his origin. He was a casualty of war in one of the Riddler's sick games, because the Riddler has something against Bruce Wayne, right? Because of their parents, right? So this is like all underpinning type of things. So what we can do really with these two villains is one villain is actually fighting Bruce Wayne, and the other villain is actually fighting AZ,
which is Batman,
right? Let's say that the Riddler, but like I said, his backstory is going to be one of resentment to Bruce Wayne. He actually knows Bruce Wayne. He kind of cites Bruce Wayne's father for being a reason that his family kind of went downhill and not living the rich and famous life that they're used to, which caused his father to actually get committed. Maybe his mom. Let's go with his mom. His father dies. His mom gets committed into Arkham Asylum. Whatever his name is, the Riddler, meaning like, I don't know.
Edward Nigma. Nigma.
Yeah. So
or Enigma.
Yeah. Edward Nigma is actually Edward, whatever, blah, 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 let's see, Rothschild, right? He's a part of the Rothschilds or something, right? So all in all, he falls all the way down, right? His mom, he sees his father maybe commit suicide because of the losing all of this money and his family having to go down. His father commits suicide. His mother gets sent into Arkham Asylum. His life is just down, right? And this was Thomas's doing, but where was Bruce during all of this, right? Where was Bruce? So that's building that hatred towards the Wayne family, right? But once he tries to start to make a climb in the underworld, that's when he faces Batman, right? So he has some type of hatred towards Batman, okay? But he doesn't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman. So he still has a hatred towards the Waynes, but now he got a hatred towards Batman, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, some way he cooks it up, and he is now maybe taking over the Wayne estate. At that point, that's when he finds out that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yeah.
So now his hatred, right now his hatred is really on 10. He's really hating Bruce Wayne, Batman, Thomas Wayne, Margaret Wayne. Like, yo, he hates them all. Okay.
So does he? If he knows that there's a Batman, does he know that this Batman isn't even Bruce Wayne anymore? Because you changed it to be Ace.
Right. So this is actually during his timeline. Like, this is actually the reason why Bruce Wayne is in Arkham Asylum. Is gonna be not only, you know, Bruce Wayne, his life and his living and all of that stuff, but actually the Riddler has something to do with him getting sent up there. Right. So what we're talking is, so this is in the past.
Yeah.
All right. So this is in the past. This is all of this stuff that's going on. So that's why I say these two villains will fight, you know, the two different Batmans.
Got you.
All right.
Okay.
Because, you know, but we're from a viewer, right? You guys, when you watch the speed run, like, I'm not going to tell you that it's two different Batmans and two different timelines, right? But that's what will be happening.
And by speed run, you mean you're going to recount the whole story in order, with maybe possibly some images. Yeah,
with the images cooked up, you know, from different, I got the intro done, and you know, as I tell a story, is gonna have the different images from different things. Like, I'm gonna grab some images from Birdman, I'm gonna grab images from Batman, I'm gonna grab images from the comic book, you know, to all tell this story.
Yeah.
But at the end, like I said, is gonna be that twist ending that that no one is well, you know, you guys are gonna know the twist. So hopefully it can be done in a way to where you enjoy the ride, even though you know the end. So let's get some input on this Clayface battle.
So is he the one fighting AC, or is he? He the one?
Yeah. So this will be AZ's first villain, right? That he's fighting on his own, as he, you know, takes on the cape and the cow, and he's starting to clean up Gotham City. You know, this is going to be his main villain right here. So we can have their origin story different, right? Like, at first we said that they were going to be that what's his name, the Riddler kind of created them, but now we can just do away with that and go back with your first thing where, you know, he's in the mob and he's kind of sad.
The original story, you mean?
Right.
That's the original Batman the Animated Series story. Yeah, we could do that. So are these different timelines, or is it just different? Like, are these different dimensions, or are these just different ones one happened in the past and one is happening like now? Right.
So that's what it is. But as a viewer, you don't know that.
So it is different dimensions, or it's different?
No. It's one
timeline.
Yeah, one timeline, right? So kind of think of it as what's one? I know Ill Will had one of the movies where they do that, where it's kind of jumping between different.
Scenes in the movie, like
right. But yeah, I can't. Man, there was one that was huge. I know American Horror Story is one. I think season 1, but a lot of theirs, I want to say a lot of their seasons are like that, but I know season 1 is kind of like jumping in between, you know, jumping where you don't really know what's happening first or second or third or fourth, right? So you're watching it as one timeline, but then at the end you figure out that, okay, this happened, you know, before, and that happened.
Yeah. They tell the story all out of order, basically.
Yeah. But it'll be constructed as if it's in order. Right. So like, that's the way, you know, that's gonna be the task.
So is the other twist that we thought Bruce Wayne was still Batman the whole time, but it turns out the reason they kept showing scenes of AZ is because he basically became Batman at some point and we didn't even know.
Right.
So there's two twists. Not only is he no longer Batman, somebody else is Batman, and Bruce Wayne is also just completely insane now.
Right.
So there's two twists. Yeah, I got you.
Right. See, so with the Riddler storyline, we learn why Bruce Wayne is insane, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Because he loses to the Riddler, right? But with this new Batman, he is fighting his old villain, and he takes down the Riddler for
the hard stuff to fill in though is everything in between. I think that might be what most people don't think about is how to flesh out all the small details.
Right.
Like, cause it's easy to come up with big story points, beginning, possibly some of the middle, and then the end. But how do you fill all that rest of that in? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, I'm kind of like thinking, like, what am I gonna do with Clayface? Like, outside of his original story, two bad guys going against the good guys, and then at some point, one of them turns on the other bad guy because
right. But so with this, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Right. Because ultimately, the Riddler is old. Right. So the Riddler is old. He's taken on his new name or his family's name as the Rothschilds. Right.
Yeah.
So he's Edward Rothschild. You see, like, because his story has ended. It's like one of those Thanos type of things. Like, he's finished his arc. He got all of the stones and he snapped his fingers.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like Batman has been defeated, right? So he's done, and now he's on to
So basically, because of all the stuff that Riddler did in the past, that's why everything's so bad now. Like
right
now, that's why Gotham got so bad.
Well, because Batman isn't so Batman was there to kind of keep all that stuff at bay.
Yeah.
Right. The Riddler is only thinking about himself and his family, just restoring his family's name. He's not really worried about cleaning up Gotham City and fighting crime. So his hatred for the Waynes is what ultimately leads him to find out who Batman's true identity is, right? Because he's just trying to destroy Bruce Wayne. So this is his arc, right?
So we're done with him. Now, what do we do with Clayface?
Right. So Clayface is going to follow his
so my thing is
storyline that you talked about, where he's with the mob, and stuff goes wrong.
I wonder what we could do outside of that though, because like what you were talking about with the Riddler, that seems pretty good and fleshed out. We'd have to make the Clayface storyline just as good. But
right. I think that's the thing with having two villains is that one villain is not, just like you said with Croc, and okay, you have him as a set piece to like, boom, here, all you action fans want to, get that fight, that good fight, the dark scenery. Look, you're in a Batman movie. Boom, he falls into the sewer and then he fights, Croc and takes Croc to Arkham Asylum or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like with Clayface, only thing we have to do for Clayface is to give him his story. He's a big ugly blob. He can't act because he only can hold his shell for a little bit.
Yeah, he can only do it for very little. Yeah.
Right.
He just uses his abilities to do bad things at this point, because just to sneak into areas or like to get close enough to someone to assassinate him. That's what Clayface pretty much does. He just uses his abilities for evil at this point.
Right. Now, I feel like he has to be able to hold his form for a lot longer.
Yeah, we could change it that he's been practicing at it over the years, and has been able to hold it longer.
No, even when, like, because, we still got to give him that origin, and, we don't want to put him in a montage, but I want him to be able.
I just imagine a Clayface Rocky montage.
Right. Hearts on fire, strong these. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Right, man. Like, I get that, but look, man, I think we can just make his form holding abilities longer, and then put him on like a revenge plot against the mafia who made him like that, right? Batman, who is now AZ, he's actually the reason why we even know all of this stuff is going on is because once he found out that Bruce Wayne was telling the truth, is, you know, look, he really is Batman. He wants to clean up Gotham City because his parents were murdered in the very beginning. Like, so he's kind of wanting to clean up the streets. He believed in Bruce and Batman, and, you know, like, he wants to be a hero and everything like that. So that's why. So he's on this, you know, journey. Once he find out that, okay, look, there's a bat cave and all of this equipment, and
Ooh.
like, you
So
know,
I got two questions to ask then. So I should have asked this a long time ago. I've been blanking. So one, how did AC become Batman at this point? Like, how did that happen? Because we kind of skipped over
so
all
he
that.
takes, yeah. So like, once he,
how did he get? Like, I mean, he kind of had training because his background is. I don't remember what his background is exactly, but basically he's kind of like a League of Assassins, basically. So he has skills.
I mean, well, we give him skills, like, you know, we give him.
But
you
who,
know,
like, did Alfred welcome him in? You know,
no, like, yo,
how did he get
like,
the keys?
he's
to
gonna
cave?
have to.
Like, how did he do all that?
No. He didn't get any keys, because remember, the Riddler pretty much destroyed all of that. So the Wayne Mansion, all of that stuff, Wayne Manor, is like kind of condemned. It's, you know, kind of forgotten, and it's just kind of boarded up. Yeah. So, but the Batcave sits under it. So the Batcave has been maintained because, you know,
I just feel like somebody would have to let him in, because I feel like Batman has so many safeguards and, you know, safety protocols on all his stuff. I mean, did he get in good with like Lucius Fox? Did he, you know, Lucius Fox's daughter becomes a thing?
Nah, see, like, I feel like even with the safeguards, even with, you know, all of that stuff, I feel like that stuff has been revealed in his crazy rants. So like, whatever, because remember, no one listens.
So he's been coming to interview Bruce this whole time, or
no? He's been taking care of him. Like, he's been working as, you know, as an orderly in this Arkham Asylum part-time.
Okay.
Right, or full time. Look, man, sometimes you gotta work full time, right? So
it has to be part time, because remember you said he was like a detective, or no, you said he was like a private investigator or something at the beginning.
Well, that's in stone. That's up in the air. Okay. So like that, you know, he's
not in stone. Yeah, it's not in
right,
stone.
right, yeah. So that's not in stone. Yeah. That's just, you know, wherever we need him to get close. But I like him being actually working and spending time to hear all of these stories and all of these details from Bruce Wayne and actually believing them, and that's what, you know, causes him to go to check it out.
Yeah. He's the one person that believed him.
Right.
Okay, so that makes sense. He basically gave him all the passcodes. He's been
right. So he gave him everything because he's talking as if he still is Batman.
Now, why did he feel the need to become Batman? This new guy.
Like I said in the beginning, his parents get murdered just like Bruce Wayne's
you did
parents.
say that. Okay.
Yeah. See, so that's what, you know, sends him on.
But why Batman? Why did he become Batman and not stay, you know, AZ? Like, because AZ had his own outfit and stuff that he could do as well. You know, he was kind of like anti-villain.
Right, now, see, that's where the names that get filled in doesn't matter, right? Like, there's going to be this Batman. So we know that we got Batman Beyond, who is like the futuristic Batman.
Yeah.
Right. This Batman is just an in-between Batman. So
okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be
right. It doesn't have to be
that Batman.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like when you say, well, he has his own this and his own that.
Yeah.
Right. This Batman doesn't. You know, like, this Batman is actually someone who just believed Bruce Wayne enough to go and kind of to keep listening to his stories.
Is that one of the twists as well that we find out later? Like, the whole time that he was just that orderly that was listening to his stories the whole time. Like, you didn't know that was even the guy that became Batman. Like,
right, because you don't know. Like, yeah. So like, that's the thing, is that you don't know that, you know, Batman is in the asylum. Like, you don't know any of this, right? So like, as you're watching it, like, you don't know that that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Right. Until the end.
There will be scenes of him talking to like a psychiatrist or anything like that will later on fill in those blanks, or we're just not going to see Bruce at all until the very end.
No. You'll see Bruce, but the way that I'm pulling it from is from A Beautiful Mind. So in A Beautiful Mind, the movie with Kevin Nash.
Let me look at it. John Nash, I think.
Yeah. It'll tell you his name.
Yeah, John Nash.
in that movie, Beautiful Mind, like a lot of those characters didn't exist because it was all in his head. But you don't find that out.
I mean, it's kind of like the new Joker movie. The new Joker movie did something like that, where he had all these characters that, or they did exist.
Yeah, but
the scenarios didn't exist. Not the way he had been, envisioning them basically, or making them up, fabricating them. So I had another question. What about Catwoman? At the end of the second one, you see the bat symbol. You see Bruce Wayne looking at it, and then they scan up like that, and then Catwoman pops her head up. So is Catwoman gonna be in this film at all, or not really? It's too far in the future already.
Not really, because they were gearing up for her own movie.
They did. They did it too. God damn. But no Michelle.
They did it, but look. Your boy wasn't a part of it, so it did kind of flop.
Michelle was what is it? Michelle Pfeiffer was too busy filming Dangerous Minds or whatever it was called.
Right, but that movie actually takes place in the Catwoman world.
Which one?
The one with Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, yeah.
Yep, it takes place in the Batman universe, right? So
but not the Tim Burton universe.
Right. Well, without Tim Burton.
Yeah.
It
is? It's part of that? It's like a spin-off of that? Yeah. Of the schmuck maker?
No, of the Tim Burton, just somebody else.
I don't think Batman and Robin
taking over.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying. It is all supposed to be the same universe.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same universe. So she goes into another place, right? And in the Catwoman with whatever the name is, Halle Berry, there are like clippings of the Catwoman, that we all know, like Michelle Pfeiffer. So like that's how they wanted to tie it all in. It was supposed to be a spinoff from Batman Returns.
So here's my
but Catwoman, even if she made it, like it wouldn't be, like a big it wouldn't
be a cameo, just be a cameo.
Right. Because like you said, if we have we have the endpoint, we have that twist, and we have our villains, we have our storyline, then we want to be able to, start at one point and bring it all the way, right? And boom, have our crescendo around here, and then have it drop off a little bit right there.
The other question I had was, is there going to be any kind of love interest in this film at all? Because there always seems to have to be a love interest, which sometimes I feel like shouldn't be in every single movie ever. But that's why I asked about, Selena Kyle. What about Vicky Vale? That bitch,
No.
For some reason, in the second movie, she was just gone. Like that was like for some reason, Bruce Wayne felt like sharing that he was Batman with this chick that he slept with, this reporter. I guess the pussy was good. I don't know.
Right.
But he fucking wop, and just trusted that she would never say nothing ever again, and she didn't. And in the second movie, I think they might have had a line about how she wanted to move to work for a different, newspaper business at a different city or something. I don't know. It would have been cool if they would have mentioned Metropolis way back then. Oh yeah, she did the Daily Planet now. That would have been pretty cool, actually.
Bruce Wayne is a playboy, right? He has the chicks, right? But remember, Bruce Wayne is old, and he's going through some stuff. So like, there's no time for any women right now. In this story, since we're not worried about speaking to the Notebook audience, right? Like we're not worried about them.
You mean like the movie, The Notebook?
Right. Like yeah. Like look,
I've never seen that movie. I've never watched it. It sounds too fucking cornball for me.
Oh, The Notebook?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Look, man, you owe it to yourself.
I don't know.
Batman smashing Gordon's daughter.
You definitely in one of the universes smashes Gordon's daughter.
Yeah, the Joker raped her in one.
Yeah, so, same. I think that was the same fucking universe. They both got it in.
Yeah. I rock with it. Real love in that movie.
I rock with it. That's for real.
Yeah, man.
For real
it was
love
a good movie,
in that movie.
Yeah, man. The Notebook wasn't a bad movie.
You guys. The only reason I ever wanted to watch The Notebook is because when you bring it up, if you would bring it up around chicks, they would fucking like melt. Oh, you're such a sensitive guy.
Right.
And
But
they
it
want
ain't
to
gonna
talk,
be none of
you know.
that. It ain't gonna be none of the Notebook in the Tim Burton's Batman 3. Yeah. No love stories.
All right. Damn. Not even for the new, younger Batman? Not even for him, huh?
Look. Let's put one in. You want one in there, man?
No, I don't want one in there, to be honest. I don't know why I'm fucking fighting for it. I do sound like I'd be fighting for that love story.
Look, man, you fighting for it. Look, man, let's go and get him in there, man. Little
All right,
young
let's think
type,
of one.
new villain, new love. Look, man, why not?
I mean, we could do it to where Batgirl is smashing the new Batman. I don't know.
All right. I mean, we could lead it up. So she's not Batgirl yet. Maybe she becomes Batgirl, later on in the line, but she's definitely in play to be Batgirl, right?
Mhm.
She's kind of helping him out. She's just like Robin in Christopher Nolan's movies.
I hated
right?
that
Where
version.
he doesn't become Robin.
I hated that whole story behind how. Oh, my nickname is Robin. That's my nickname. I didn't like it. I didn't like that part.
Yeah. So
you know what? Fuck what I said. No love story. If that's the direction we're going, take it out right now. Get a highlighter. Take that shit out. I don't like it.
No, man, we gotta put some love in the movie, man. The power of friendship and love compels you. Like, oh man.
That's my inner Mati, man. My inner Mati from the fucking Captain Planet. Always thinking about love.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, that shoehorn in of Robin made me gag. That whole movie made me gag. Yeah, I didn't like. To be honest, I didn't even like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. I only liked The Dark Knight. I fell asleep on Batman Begins in the theater. Fucking fell asleep. I hated it. I didn't like that. And the Dark Knight. What is it? Dark Knight, right? With the Joker.
Yeah.
That one was badass. That's like one of the best comic book movies ever made, right? To this day. That was amazing. But then Dark Knight Rises, oh my god, right back down. They went right back down for me. Hated it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I definitely liked moments in it. But I didn't feel like look, this was the strong reboot that Batman needed. Like that whole trilogy together as a collection.
Yeah, together. Yeah, it wasn't good, but
you keep pumping out different Batmans and people going to at least give you a chance, So.
Yeah, that's what they're doing with the new line. What is it?
What is that?
Sparkle Boy? The Sparkle Boy? Yeah, Robert Patterson or something like that. I don't respect him, so I don't learn his name.
Right, I know. Yeah, look, I can't wait to see.
I'll watch it though, but I'll watch it. I'm still gonna watch it. Fucking Batman fan over here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So does Batman, does it ever seem like at the very end that Michael Keaton, the crazy old man, is he built? Like, cause like anytime they talk about Batman being old, they always talk about that Ben Affleck look where he's all fucking like this tank of a person at that point. He's old, but he's a tank of a guy. Is he gonna be like a tank?
No, I would get like it's gonna be like Michael Keaton from Birdman.
Now.
Like, look, like the
like real old man. Yeah, the reason I asked is I was like, is Batman? Does it ever seem like he ever is gonna come back and fight for his title? Is he ever gonna become Batman again, or he's just this crazy old dude now?
Yeah, he's just a crazy old dude.
It's just sad.
Yeah, I know. Look, that's the direction. That's the direction we had to go.
Yeah, I knew from the beginning it was gonna be sad, but man. Jesus.
I knew it was going to be. Yeah, man. Look, man. I'm trying to get people to cry in this one, man. Like,
well, I mean, is there anything else we need to go over on this story? What else? Any blanks we got to fill in? What's going on here? I got a question. What in particular drove him to lose his mind this way? Was it just all the hits he took to his head? Was it
No, so it has to be
something that happened, like an event?
Something that involved the Riddler.
Maybe that one riddle that he didn't solve or that he didn't solve in time got a bunch of people killed. And that's also when Clayface gets, like we said previously, that's when Clayface, basically Batman fails.
Yeah, but I want Clayface to actually be a villain for this new Batman.
Okay.
So that way, because remember, like they're old, like, Bruce Wayne is old. Like he is Michael Keaton's age right now, which we could look it up to see. But You know, like he's old, like which
Yeah.
you know, Batman wasn't no spring chicken back when Batman Returns
I don't know how
was
old was
out.
he. I'm gonna look it up. He was in '92. He was 40 when he filmed that movie. Looked pretty good for 40.
Yeah. So yeah. So how old is he now, Michael Keaton?
He's 69 years of age. Hell yeah. I would
All
be
right.
like going around saying 69, 69.
All right, there we go. So yeah, so Batman in this will be 69, and like he's gonna. We could even make him a little bit older, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be. He's up there. He's like 69 and crazy, like one of the old guys that you can go down to your local bus stop, your bus station, and see Batman down there, like answer your telephone. But like we said, I mean, look, Batman been fighting crime, so of course he's not gonna, he's not gonna his body shouldn't be like Val Kilmer. You feel me? He shouldn't look like how Val Kilmer looks right now.
Oh, you mean no, Val Kilmer looks like shit right now. You mean do you mean
no, I mean Val Kilmer right
Val
now.
Kilmer?
Like,
Have you seen him? God.
Yeah, no, that's my point.
Damn.
That's my point, that Batman shouldn't look how Val Kilmer looks right now. You
Okay,
feel me?
yeah. Okay, I got you.
Being old.
That you were getting names confused, but okay. Big Real says Val had throat cancer. Yeah, but that's not what did it to him, because he got through all that, and he just basically let himself go, man.
Look, let's give him. I wouldn't mind giving Bruce Wayne throat cancer. Like it doesn't matter. But the whole idea is that he isn't, he isn't the Batman from the animated series. You feel me? Like, look, this guy's not pushing 240. He's 6'2", ready to go into the UFC. Like, nah, man, this Batman is worn down.
Why did you feel the need to take this third Batman in this direction?
Well, I feel like Tim Burton was gonna go down a dark path. I don't know if he was gonna kill Batman or what. Like, I don't know how dark it was gonna get, but I knew that it was gonna get dark, and I knew that that's why they took him off of the Batman project. Right? It was like
because he was going darker and darker.
Yeah, because not only Batman 2, right? Batman 2, but when he turned in that Batman 3 script, I know that they was like,
there was a Batman 3 script? Was there a Batman 3 script?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I didn't even know that was.
Yeah, he was working. Yeah, he was working on it, and then they just told him they was trying to convince him not to do it. And then he was like, all right. So then he get producer's credits on Batman Forever, but he didn't have anything to do with that at all.
Yeah, I'm seeing something.
He got paid off of it, but yeah. But it was going to be dark, because Two-Face was going to be in there. Billy D was supposed to play. Marlon Wayans was supposed to play Robin. Like, it was, it was already.
Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Like, so like, a lot of the groundwork was already laid down. So that's why I wanted to go in this direction, because
you wanted to beat him to the punch and make it even darker. It made me sad. It's not the direction I should have thought about this more. This time I was like, let him take the reins, and I'll just. But man, now I feel like I should have came up with my own story. Not bad. It's just I don't know if I would have went this sad for Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Look. I mean, but Batman still lives on, right? We got this new Batman, so
yeah, yes we do.
So and he's being restored. Like there's a restoration.
The only thing is that
so, it's definitely dark.
I know you said that the Batman could just be any other guy at this point, whoever that orderly was. But when you said that AC guy, Azazel or whatever, he's the one he actually loses his mind in the process and becomes way too violent and is like a terrible Batman. Like he starts killing people and shit. So he loses the Batman way. But then when you said that it doesn't necessarily have to be that guy, it could just be somebody else.
Right. I like that. Like, I like you should, because the main thing that's going to happen is at the end, remember, is the twist. So, that twist is that, Bruce Wayne is no longer Batman. He's actually in the asylum. Right. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be a twist. So, everything that happens all the way in between and leading up to it, like that's fair game. Like that's all fair game. But I don't want it to be like those Tyler Perry movies that seem like they have 1,000 endings.
Yo,
Like,
could we get this movie? Check this shit out. I'm a screen share. I wish this would have happened. Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeves. World's finest.
Right. Look, man,
dope.
cook it up.
That would have been dope, but
look, man, maybe that's the next one.
Maybe you know what? Maybe that'll be my Batman 3.
Right. Yeah. I think you should. I think you should do that happier. Look at, man, both of them smiling. Like,
well, it's not gonna be happy. It's just not gonna be. It's gonna be somewhere in between.
Right.
Also, we gotta bring in. Well, we gotta bring back Alicia Silverstone.
Oh man,
gotta bring her sexy ass back.
Yeah. You're not playing, man. Like,
especially back then, man. That had to be my first crush on the movie Crush.
Look, man, throw her in there. Look, man, I can't wait for this K-pop Batman 3 that you cooking up.
Nah, it's not gonna be that lighthearted. It just ain't gonna involve fucking Batman getting Alzheimer's. It's not gonna involve Batman fucking not forgetting how to fucking peeing in a bedpan or nothing. It's not gonna be the Patzer cut. Patzer got this man taking shits in bedpans and fucking trying to remember to take his meds. Holy shit! I thought we were gonna see a return to form from Michael Keaton over here. Holy
man.
Shit!
He said, "Yo, man, this is sad." Yeah, man, I can't wait. Yeah, definitely be prepared, and like that's what I want. I want you to, walk away from it like, man, yeah, they wouldn't have sold no toys with this.
Hell yeah, it would have been. They didn't even put the toys on the shelf. They were like, cancel that order to China. We don't need. Don't let them waste none of that plastic.
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
I feel like they would have action figures of the Schindler's List movie before your cut of Batman.
Look, man, just imagine. I mean, just go back to like, you watching Batman Returns, and this girl, like, the boss is hitting on her, and then, like, he couldn't get inside, so he just kills her. Like, like, is she dead? Like, yeah, man. Or like, you give birth to a deformed baby. Like, just throw him in the sewer. Like, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, Tim Burton wasn't playing, man.
I mean, I guess he was pretty dark. I think Selena Kyle got killed because I think her boss is coming on her, or maybe she just heard too much.
Yeah,
but I think he also had a thing for her, and it wasn't really going to go his way, so he pushed her ass out that window and basically tried to kill her.
Yeah, he was sexually harassing her, then he killed her. You feel me? And then, like, the baby kick off with the baby. Baby didn't even have a chance. Like, it wasn't even the baby's fault that it was, you feel me, deformed. They just like, man, just toss it in the sewer. Like, man, just let the baby fend for itself. That's what inspired this dark, this grim tale.
All right.
And like I said, like, like you're gonna know, like, just from my opening images, you're gonna know that, like, okay, this is gonna be dark. Like, so
I'm gonna have to write a my own version. Was there anything else? Any other points we had to touch on?
No, I think we have our points that you guys, we're gonna see Clayface, we're gonna see the Riddler, we're gonna see a new Batman. So I think we have our points.
Right.
So yeah, man, like I'm definitely excited about this one.
Yeah.
Look, man, get the Visine ready, guys. Like, look, man.
It's just funny because I came in super excited to hear what the story was, right? I was like, I don't got nothing. I don't have nothing. It was usually stuff just pops in my head, but it's either been done or not. But man, this would not have popped in my head.
Right. Look, man, this is where we had to go in order to be original. In order to, go somewhere where no one has gone before.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like, is that the true ending, or is it gonna be open ended, kind of like the Inception movie, where you're like, whoa, is that really the ending, or was all that a dream or something, or is it gonna be definitely the ending?
Yeah, it's definitely Bruce. This is where Bruce is. You feel me? Like yeah, I'm not letting up on
Not
that.
sugarcoating it at all.
Yeah. Like
Patzer came into the office. Now give me my $3 million, or no, my $50 million to make this.
Right. Like, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I definitely, I want that to kind of sit with people, but you just know that, okay, Batman still lives on, right? Like Batman is still living on, but I want that part of reality in there, where, look, man, your favorite superheroes, your heroes in life, like, yo, man, they don't
they're people too, basically, right? They're
you're
people
right,
too.
exactly. They're people too, like just like what when Figaro was talking about Val Kilmer having cancer, having throat cancer, like, and that kind of alters like his, just the surgery and all of that kind of alters, and maybe that even, who knows if, look, he didn't feel like working out and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But just imagine if that was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just the same thing with Christopher Reeves. We know how he ended up. He was Superman, and what happened to him? Yeah. Up until then, people pretty much thought, yeah, this guy is Superman, just because based off the character. But
and I think that those that documentary, like the Tupac and the Biggie, has something to do with this as well, because I just remember like yo, them feeling like superheroes and feeling like they was just larger than life, and then boom, man, for them to just get taken out over, I really feel like Biggie was taken out over just a crazy fan, just over, a crazy Tupac fan that happened to be a part of the LAPD,
Yeah, they seemed untouchable, and then you just saw how vulnerable they were at the end of the day.
Yeah, and just like, how vulnerable. And I think that's what this movie, is with me, like that thing of having your heroes vulnerable. I think that's what is coming to this, in that way that you feel like, yo, Bruce Wayne, like, yo, this is his.
This is where he ends up. Lifelong, decades of service. Holy shit. I think he had it all planned out, and then Patzer said it out loud, and he was like, what have I done to poor Bruce Wayne over here?
Look, man, nah, I was going to kill him, but Jesus. I think this is better. Like,
God damn. He's like, what's worse than death? Holy shit.
Right, man. I think this is better, man. So yeah, man. I like it, man.
All right. We'll let you know if you got the job in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll give you a call back.
Right. I probably won't be making Batman. You're like, man, you'll never work in this town again.
Holy shit. All right, when are we gonna do the next one of these movie things where we do either Jiu-Jitsu Cops or your Mogwai movie that you were
talking about? Yeah, that's a good one. Look, man, whenever and whatever you want, I'm good, I'm game. I like this. This is kind of like, just a good exercise to get these ideas out.
All right, well, you want to leave it there?
Yeah, man, I think this is perfect. All
right, guys, this has been the BAMcast. I'm hoping to do one of these, podcasts every Saturday. At this point, it wasn't planned. I was trying to do these podcasts during the week, but it seems like everyone's more available on Saturday mornings. But yeah, we'll just pick it up from here, hopefully next Saturday. And talk to y'all next time.
Down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.